Today, you're going to learn how to save tons of time every week, hours of time every week, documenting with AI. Hello, my name is Dr. LeBauer. I'm a physical therapist, business coach. I'm an owner of a physical therapy cash practice, and I'm a mentor to thousands of cash-based physical therapists, occupational therapists, chiropractors, etc. And for the last 4 months, I've been using ComprehendPT to document treatment visits. I've been treating more patients over the last 4 to 5 months, and I got to a point where I was like, even though I document with Google Docs, it still takes me a while, especially to switch from treatment brain back to thinking brain. And I ran into ComprehendPT through a friend about a year ago, and I decided, let me check this out. I've been using their platform, and it literally is saving me, hours of time every week, but also more mental frustration because I have ADHD, and switching back and forth is really difficult. I'd rather just treat and not do notes, but we all have to do notes. So let me show you a little bit about how this works, how easy it is, and how you can use it too. If anytime you're like, I don't want to listen to the rest, I'm done, there is an affiliate link below this video where if you use that link to sign up for ComprehendPT, you will get a discount because you're going through my link, and that just helps support this channel. I don't earn a living off of it, but it's helpful for me to keep making more helpful videos like this. So check out that link. You probably get a 50% off your first month, I believe. That's at least the current discount and rate when I'm making this video. So I'm going to show you how easy this is. So the easiest thing to do, let me get rid of that guy, is you can log in and you click on New Visit. You hit record, and then the patient walks in the door. You can hit record anytime, and it's just going to record for an hour. It's going to record 10, 20 minutes. It's going to record your 30-second thing. You can start and stop it. You can name it different patients so that you can maybe manage multiple patients and not forget what you did. I'm going to load up. I don't have to do this till the end, but these are my custom templates. And it's just going to do it, and it's going to record what I'm saying. And then at the end, I'll hit stop and comprehend. And you can see it, watch, if I do this, it's just going to comprehend the things that I talked about, which is nothing. There's nothing in here because I didn't talk about a patient. So watch, if I resume it and say, hi, Jennifer, welcome back. My name is Dr. LeBauer. I'm going to be working with you today. Tell me what's going on and how can I help? And Jennifer goes, hey, Dr. LeBauer, my name is Jennifer. I've had back pain for 8 weeks. It keeps me from squatting, lifting, running, jumping, and going to CrossFit. It feels the right side is more stuck than the left, but they both hurt. I was told never to lift more than 35 pounds ever again, but I really would like to get back to deadlifting and squatting. Do you think you can help me? I said, yeah, absolutely. Let me test a few things. So when I tested you touching your toes, standing up, you could barely reach your knees, but when I sat you down, with your legs out in front of you, you could reach your toes. So that tells me it's not a hamstring or hip length problem. That is more of a motor control in your brain keeping you from doing that. So we're going to work on some corrective exercises to address that. We're also going to do some manual therapy to address the pain, and I'm going to teach you how to use a ball to treat yourself at home with your back. So I want you to use this ball, it's a 4-inch ball, to treat your hip and your back where it hurts. And then at the end of that, you're going to do these modified bird dog exercises. And I'm going to see you back next week, and then twice a week the week after, and then once a week for 5 more weeks. Sound good? And she goes, great. I'm going to stop it. Watch what happens when I do comprehend. I may need to go in here. Oh, it's still working. There we are. Boom. And you can see the subjective and objective and all these things are starting to fill in. Okay. And then at the bottom, so at the end of a treatment, I just hit comprehend. And then I can go, watch, and what happens when I paste it in? Boom, here's the whole note. But let's say you're using something and you only want to get certain parts of it. You can just kind of come in here. Just kind of get this back here. And I can just copy and just paste the objective part. Or I can come in and just grab the assessment. Oops, I want to do that one. I want to do it here. Okay, so like if I'm inside my intake queue and I just want to go assessment, boom. The cool thing about using something like Intake Queue or Jane app, if you're using the Google Chrome app, it will integrate in and I can create a new visit right from here. I can record it right there, and I can do stop and comprehend, and you'll see how it should, oh, here's like load visit note to get template. So it'll learn here. Let me see if this does. So it's generating instructions. Oh, soap notes. I think I need to do, oh, it may be not certainly currently linked with my template. I don't use this very often, but you'll see there it is. Boom. Your input's through. It'll just start putting it in because it's not the same visit as this person. Let me see if I go back here. I believe this is it. Watch this. Comprehend. Let me get me out of the way. Boom. There it is. Right? And if it says subjective here, I can go and delete that. I should be able to like update these things and it'll learn. It'll start learning my template better. Okay, so if I make changes, it'll learn, which is really awesome. And it does that when you're integrated into something like Intake Queue, JNAP, PT Everywhere, WebPT, etc. So that's ComprehendPT. It's super easy. So if you're like, ooh, I need to try this, because really all I do is press start, press stop, and hit comprehend, and then I can just tweak my notes just a little bit. Click the link below. You're going to get a nice discount, and I wouldn't be making a video about this, saving me a ton of time. I'll show you a few other things about this. Let's say you do you record all your visits for the day, but you don't do your notes until the next day. Well, you can go click on visits here, and it'll show you all your other visits. So I've there's no names in here. Sometimes you can put a name in just to remind you who it is, but I can look back and go, okay, August 4th, patient came in at 10:56, and I match up with my schedule. What patient was that? One of the cool things is I can come in here and I can ask it questions to say, what did the patient say was wrong? And it'll give me an answer, which is really cool. Oh, I didn't record anything on that one. Let me go back to this one. What did the patient say was wrong? Patient general reported experience. Okay, what exercises did I recommend? You forgot. Okay, great. There it is. Boom. Now I can update my notes. So that's a really cool feature. I've created my own templates, but there's a lot of different templates based on the EMR by note type. I created my own, I wanted to do that. Here's my template settings, my Aaron LeBauer template. And I can come in here and I gave it some examples. And then it learned my templates, and I gave it a few extra instructions so that it would come out the way I wanted. Something like, if information is not found, do not include an answer. And that's why I think in this video you might have seen none. So if I don't say specifically that I did a mobilization or Therex or dry needling, it may not show up, or it might guess. But if I come in at the end of a visit and I click on resume and I say, hey, I did 5 minutes of goblet squats and 10 minutes of short arc quads, and the patient spent 45 minutes on an upper body ergometer. I hit stop and I comprehend, or I can even just kind of comprehend the objective, and it should spit out some of those things here. See? Boom. I mean, no one's going to do that, and that's why I'm trying to be funny. You should check this out. You should use it for yourself every day. There's an app on your phone. It's all HIPAA compliant, so there shouldn't be any issues with recording the sessions and using it. You may need to update your privacy policy language depending on what state you're in. Just check with your lawyer. However, ComprehendPT has saved me tons of time every week. It's made my job even easier so I can focus more on my patients and more on my businesses than writing notes. Even if you're not a business owner and you want to save tons of time every week and not be like your colleagues, doing hours and hours of documentation on the weekend, maybe tell your boss they should check out ComprehendPT. And if you use the link below, they'll also get a discount if you don't get it. If you don't just choose to do it yourself, because if I was an employee somewhere, I'd probably pay for this myself to make my life easier because it'd save me time on the weekend. But tell your boss, they'll get a discount. They can even get a bulk discount on all of their employees using ComprehendPT. Just use the link below, and you can even use the code LeBauer when you register, and you'll get 50% off your first month. Comment, share, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you like, how you think this might be helpful for you, and what other questions you have. I'm sure there's a lot of other features, but it's also a very simple, straightforward software that's going to save you a ton of time. I'll see you on the next video. Adios.